Hello again. Visit any hospital in England and you will find plenty of black staff working there. Most of them are nurses, porters, cleaners, and security guards. Very few are senior managers or consultant surgeons. This is not a result of racism. There are plenty of Indians, people of Chinese heritage, and so on working in top jobs. Just not all that many black people. In the Midlands, the National Health Service has come up with a plan called Time for Action, Midlands Workforce Race Equality and Inclusion Strategy. I give a link to this a document about this in the description to this video. The aim is to promote black staff over the heads of those who might be better qualified in order to get more of them into higher positions. Let me quote from the plan. Eliminating bias in recruitment and promotion, implementing measures to ensure fairness in job applications and career progression, aiming for better BME representation at all management and board levels. The problem is that black staff tend not to have good qualifications, at least not as good as those whose ethnicity is white, Chinese, or Indian. To push them up the ladder, they must be given some kind of qualification which will provide justification for promoting them. 4 days ago, an email was sent to NHS staff in the Midlands. I have cut and pasted this into the description to this video, and I am indebted to one of my correspondents for drawing my attention to it. We read, Subject, Dedicated Mary Seacole Programme for Global Majority Nurses. Dear colleagues, as part of NHS England Midlands Ethnic Minority Action Plan, a dedicated Mary Seacole programme specifically for global majority nurses and midwives is going to be delivered. Global majority, in this context, means black. That is why it is called the Mary Seacole programme, of course. The truth is, only a seventh of the people in the world are black, of course. So they are no more a global majority than are white people. But we'll let that pass. Reading the email, we find that this is part of the programme to install less qualified black staff into important positions in hospitals. And the way it is being done is to provide them with a supposed qualification which will make up for the deficit in their CV, and so provide justification for promoting them over the heads of Indian, Chinese, or white people. This is phrased in the following way in the email. I quote, the programme intends to support global majority colleagues with a tangible and evidenced leadership course. Once participants have passed the course, they will receive the NHS Academy Award in Healthcare Leadership, which will support them with career progression. Well, sounds impressive, doesn't it? Rigorous, even. In fact, it will all be done remotely via Teams and consist of just 3 online workshops supplemented by online discussion. A grand total of 3.5 days study. And then a 2,000-word assignment will need to be written. And that's it. Those 3.5 days study will be sufficient excuse for managers to support their career progression, as it is put. The reality is that there is no racism against ethnic minority staff in the National Health Service, or at least none which affects Indian, Hindus and Sikhs, Jews, Muslims, Chinese people, Filipinos, or anybody else. If black people are unable to make career progress, there may be any number of reasons, but racism is unlikely to be among them. In order to get black people into senior positions, they're going to be furnished with certificates which only take half a week to earn. This will enable those operating this scheme to have them promoted instead of other better qualified staff who do not happen to be black. This is scandalous. and makes one smile when we remember the section which I quoted above from the Race Equality and Inclusion Plan. It was headed, remember? Eliminating bias in recruitment and promotion. Eliminating bias is the last thing which is happening here. In fact, it is introducing a bias in favour of black people and against everybody else of any other ethnicity.